guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I have a soft glam fall makeup tutorial for you guys on this look right here. I had so much fun creating this look for you guys because I got to jump back in to the Tarte Rainforest Temptations Eye and Cheek palette. You guys, I absolutely love this palette. I did do a full review and a glam makeup tutorial using this palette in the past. I'll have that video linked up here and also down below in the description box for you guys. So I was super excited to play with this palette again and create a more softer glam makeup look that's wearable for every day or for any special occasion that's a little bit more toned down and not so super glam. So yeah, if you guys are interested in knowing how I created this fall glam makeup tutorial, and if you're interested in knowing what other products I use today on my face, then make sure to keep on watching. Now before we go in and jump into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. So I already went ahead in and I moisturized my face. I just went in with my everyday moisturizer, and that's the CeraVe moisturizer. And now I want to go ahead in and prime. For primer, I'm using the Smashbox Original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. Next up, I want to set my face in place just to get it ready for makeup, and I'll be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I want to go ahead in and get my lips ready for lipstick. What I love to do is use some lip plumping gloss. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Maximum Plump Gloss. So I'm just going to pop this on the lips and let it kind of do its thing while I proceed with the other parts of my face. So next I want to go ahead in and color correct. I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime Peach Lustre Color Correcting Stick. And I'm just going to apply this onto areas of my face that are a little bit darker, where I have hyperpigmentation, or on any acne scarring that I have. And this is just going to help kind of diffuse out the imperfections. So next, I want to go over top of all of the orange on my face with some concealer, just so it's not so harsh and so that it doesn't bleed through when I go in with some foundation. So the concealer that I'll be using is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline, and I like to use the shade Sand. Now, is it just me, you guys, or did the formula change? I feel like it's definitely not as creamy as it used to be. It's just a lot different, but we're still gonna use it, we're still gonna make it work, but something is definitely different in my opinion. Alright you guys, so next up I want to go ahead in and wipe away the gloss because it's pretty much done doing its thing. You guys can see my lips look a lot bigger and they're also a little bit red and plump, so it definitely did the trick. So next up I want to go in with some foundation, and I'll be using my all-time favorite foundation, and that is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm in the shade Light Beige. Now I want to go ahead in and prime my lids, and to do so I'll be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. And to set the lids in place, I'll be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. So for eyeshadow today, I'll be using the Tarte Rainforest Temptations Eye and Cheek palette. This is a new palette that Tarte recently released, and I did do a video using this palette in the past. I created a super glam makeup look, so if you guys are interested in checking that out, I'll have the video linked up here and also down below in the description box for you guys. I'm super excited to be playing with this palette today because I absolutely love Tarte eyeshadows. The quality of these shadows are honestly so amazing, and this palette is really fall friendly, so I'm really excited to play with it. I really want to go in with these dark shades right here. I feel like I can make a really nice soft glam fall look, and that's what I'm going for today, so I'm super excited. So I'm going to go ahead in with the shade Tempt, And I'm going to be blending this color into my crease using a Morphe M441 blending brush. Look how stunning that color is, you guys. It's such a beautiful color and it blended out so effortlessly. I'm honestly obsessed with this palette and obsessed with Tarte in general. So make sure if you guys can, definitely get your hands on this palette. It's amazing. Next up, I want to go in with the shade Treasure. And using a small blending brush, I'm going to slowly kind of blend this out onto the outer portion of my eyes just to add nice dimension to the lids. Next, I'm grabbing the shade After Dark. I grabbed this color on a Morphe E17 brush and I'm going to really concentrate this on the outer portion of the lid, just in that one area. And we're gonna just blend that out. This color is really pretty because it has a subtle shimmer to it, just a little bit of a shine, and I feel like that looks really gorgeous. And I'm going back in with Tempt and I'm just going to blend everything out just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And taking Treasure and blending right on top of the dark shade that I just applied. And this is just going to help really diffuse everything together. So one thing that I wish this palette had was a lighter matte shade that I could use to put on the inner corners of the lid. But because it doesn't, I'm gonna have to jump in to another palette. I'm gonna grab my Morphe 35U Gilded Desert palette. You can honestly just check any of your other eyeshadow palettes and I'm sure you'll be able to find like a neutral color, a neutral matte. So I'm thinking maybe this shade or this shade I'm gonna use to put in my inner corners. You know what, I think I'm gonna go with this one and I'm just gonna apply this onto the lid. Just grabbing this color on a flat brush, I'm going to just tap that into the inner corners of the lid. Now, if you wanted to elevate this look and make it a little bit more glam, you could have gone in with a shimmer shade in the inner corners, and the palette, the Tarte palette, has a lot of that, but I want to go for a all matte look on the eyes, so that's why I'm going in with this shade. Absolutely love this palette as well, you guys. This is definitely one of my top palettes of this year, and I've done a couple of videos with this one as well, so if you guys are interested in checking out those videos, I'll have the playlist up here and also down below in the description box for you guys. Alright, you guys, so next up I want to go ahead in and conceal my face. We're gonna take a break from the eyes and then we'll go back in and wrap them up. So I did have a little bit of fallout on my face, so what I did was I just wiped it away with a little bit of tissue and then I went back in with my foundation, so we're all good. So for concealer, I'll be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. And to set everything in place, I'm going back in to the Pound Cake Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder by Huda Beauty. Alright, you guys, so I'm gonna let the setting powder sit on my face just for a little bit, and then what I'm going to do using my brush is I'm going to blend out any excess powder and kind of set the rest of my face in place, because I'll be using powder, contour, blush, and highlight today. So I want to make sure that my foundation is nicely set in place, or else things are gonna go on patchy and we don't want that. So next up, I want to wrap up the lower lash line, and I want to go in with just a little bit of shadow on the outer portion of the lid. So I'm going to start off with the shade Treasure. And I'm going to blend this out onto the outer portion of the lower lash line, and I'm using the Morphe E37 brush. Next, I'm going to go in and do my mascara just to wrap up the eyes, and I'll be using two different types of mascara. I'll be using the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara, and then I'll also be using the Maybelline Green Edition mascara. So I'm just going to do a combination of these two, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I want to go ahead in and do my brows, and for brows I'll be using the Benefit Give Me Brow in the shade 4. Alright, you guys, brows are done, and I did clean up the lids a bit, so we're going to go ahead in and contour next. For contour, I'll be using the Nars Laguna bronzer. I'm so obsessed with this bronzer, you guys. It's like that perfect color, and I love the formula. It just blends so effortlessly. Using an eyeshadow brush, I'm going to just nose contour a little bit. For blush, I'll be going in to the Glow Getter Face Palette by Beauty in a Blank. This is such a beautiful face palette, you guys. It has some stunning highlights and blushes in here. I love it. I think I'm going to use this blush today, and this is in the shade Talented. It's such a gorgeous neutral, and it's going to go really nicely with the makeup. Concentrating this more higher up, just to kind of pull the face up a little bit, and on the nose, of course. Taking my brush that has a little bit of setting powder, I'm going to just soften out the blush so it's not so harsh. This is like a perfect neutral blush that's gonna go well with neutral looks like the one I created today. Now for highlight, I wanna use this Glowdient makeup palette. This is the Touch in Soul Pretty Filter Glowdient makeup palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and it's just such a stunning highlighter palette, you guys. I'm gonna go in with these two shades in the middle. I'm just gonna grab both and do a little mixture and go ahead and highlight the high points of my face. Do you guys see how stunning that is? Oh my god, I love it. Just a little bit on the Cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose, and a little on the tip. So lastly, I want to wrap up the look by doing my lips. I'm going in with some lip liner. This is the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in the shade BFF4. So for lipstick, I'm a little bit hesitant. I don't really know what to do. I want to try something a little bit different. So we're going to try and start off with the lipstick by Gucci in the shade Penny Beige. I'm just gonna go back in and touch up the lips with some lip liner. And lastly, I wanna go in with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Crystal. Lastly, I'm using the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay to just set everything in place. Alright you guys, so that is pretty much it for today's makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more tutorials by me, then make sure you guys check out my makeup tutorials playlist. I'll have it linked up here and also down below in the description box for you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And you guys, that is pretty much it. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!